Welcome to the Libra Love Lounge, the series where I read posts on Reddit and give them relationship advice. My name's Eliana Camargo and I'm the Healing Fairee, and let's jump into the first post. My boyfriend, 23 male, broke a window and threw my 24 female golf club into the water on our mini golf date. Yesterday, me and my boyfriend went to mini golf together. We had never gone together, but both of us have played before. We've been together for 3 months. At the first hole, he hit his ball into the second course. He started getting annoyed, and I could immediately tell this wasn't going to be a fun activity for us to do together. I was continuing to do better than him, and he kept saying, "The wind is moving my ball," or "the game is rigid." I think she means rigged. Or that it's a conspiracy against him. It's a conspiracy! It's definitely a conspiracy, that's what's going on here. There were a few times where his ball should have gone in, but instead it bounced out or it curved around the hole. I'm no golf expert, but I feel like that happens a lot. Sometimes. Before every hole, he made me measure how far away the ball was from the start. I also noticed that when he thought I wasn't looking, he'd slide the ball in with his club, but I didn't say anything because I felt bad he was doing so poorly. He kept yelling for my ball to miss the hole, and when my ball would get close to the hole, he'd start to scream, "No!" He sounds like a child. Around hole 7, I needed to use the bathroom, and he kept telling me to hold it in and that I should be focused on the game because it's super important. This is life or death. Professional competition here. He eventually let me go. He let her, okay. And when I got back, he accused me of Googling mini golf techniques and strategies on how to win. I think he's the one that needs to do that. Oh my God. Eventually we got to hole 12 or 13 and it incorporated a waterfall and a tunnel we had to walk through. He couldn't even start the hole because his ball kept coming back to where we were starting due to the incline. He then started yelling about how this game is stupid and took his club and hit the window inside the cave/waterfall. Wow. I told him that it's okay and asked if he wanted help, and he proceeded to take my club and throw it in the water. The golf course made us pay for the damages, but he refused to pay and said it was my fault and that I should pay for it. Oh my God. Well, there's a picture. This is a damaged window they want us to pay for. Oh, damn. Okay, he did some damage. That was like full force. That's wild. After we got kicked out, he told me in the car ride home that he let me win because he didn't want me to feel bad. Why is he even pretending to lie at this point? I feel really weird about this incident. He's never acted like this before. Looking for advice on how to handle this because I'm not sure how to proceed. Obviously, I shouldn't pay for it, right? Why are you asking? Yes, that's obvious. But I still love him, and I don't want this small incident to tear us apart. That's not a small incident. Oh my God, what are their ages? The boyfriend's 23 and the girlfriend's 24. He's acting like he's 12, not 23. Oh my God. And how long they've been together for? 3 months. Oh, break up with him! No. This is not the first time this is gonna happen. I thought if they had like been together for like a year or something, it would be odd if this was the first time she's noticing this from him, which I would not believe her if she said that. I feel like there would have been hints at this behavior, but I cannot stand anger issues in a guy or in anybody. I'm not gonna put up with that in a romantic relationship whatsoever. All of this is like the most giant red flag, and I'm trying to become a person who gives advice on how to improve people's relationships more so than just telling them to straight up break up. But like, no, like so much of this is ridiculous, where you had to console him after he broke the window by telling him that it's okay, and then he said that he let you in because he didn't want you to feel bad. Okay, then why'd he throw shit? This is wild. You've been together 3 months. Just break up. This is not worth it. But let's read the comments. This is not a small incident, and acting like it is makes me afraid for you. He broke a window and says it's your fault. so he let her win, but it's her fault that he got mad and broke the window. Okay, yeah, okay. That is not acceptable. He needs to pay. He sounds like a toddler throwing a temper tantrum throughout the whole post. Wait till he gives her a black eye and says it's her fault. OP, get out now. Yeah. He has anger issues. This is him 3 months in when he should be on his best behavior. These are glaring red flags for what's to come. And red flags don't mean, let's see what happens. They mean run the fuck away. If you don't end this relationship, you will absolutely remember our words when he starts turning his anger problems on you, which he already has by making you pay for the damages he caused. Fuck that. My partner and I go mini golfing sometimes, and it's an easy way to spend time laughing together. There's something deeply wrong with your boyfriend, and you shouldn't wait around to find out what that is. Yes, I agree. This is absolutely wild. Okay, next post. My 20 female girlfriend saw the picture she told me, 20 male, not to save. We've been in a relationship for about 50 days now. 50 days, not almost 2 months. He is counting every day. They all count. So she sent me a photo and told me not to save it. Ooh, scandalous. I made a mistake by saving it, but after a while, I forgot I even saved it. I gave her my phone today and she saw the picture and got really mad. She said it's not about the picture, it's about the trust she had in me and the fact that I had broken that trust. Considering she doesn't trust men, and I'm the first man she has trusted, this hurt her a lot. Oof, she doesn't trust men. That's harsh. I apologized many times, but she didn't even want to look at me. She said some mean things, but what she said that hurt the most was her comparing me to her aunt's husband. As in, he's a very nice guy who has went through some stuff. She said it's probably because I haven't been through anything, that's why I did this. What? I'm really confused. So the aunt's husband is like someone commendable to look up to, and he's a nice guy because he's been through some shit, and because OP has not been through shit, he's not a nice guy. What? Now I don't know how to apologize. By the way, it's not a nude photo or anything, so how do I apologize? I'm curious what kind of photo it was, because I was definitely assuming it was a nude, but maybe it was just like a sexy photo, but not nude. He shouldn't have saved the photo when she asked him not to. But then she also shouldn't be like sending him photos that she doesn't want him to save. It's like almost like it was a test, and she wanted to see if he would break her trust, and then he did, and so her fears were confirmed. From a law of attraction perspective, the fact that she doesn't trust men and then found herself in a scenario where she's in a situation where she can't trust the guy that she's dating, it's kind of twofold. Part of it is definitely the boyfriend screwed up and shouldn't have done this in the first place. And I know I'm giving advice to the boyfriend, not the girlfriend. But if she were in the room right now hearing this advice, this scenario came up to trigger her distrust in men so that the wound can come up and be purged and healed. So it could be a healing opportunity. It also could be an opportunity to like spiral further into, see, I can't trust men. There's two sides to this, but from the guy's perspective, like I'd want to ask her what it means to her, like get to the root of her emotions, of how she feels about the fact that she asked him not to save that photo and he did. Really get to the root of it and apologize to that part of her. And ask for her forgiveness, ask if he can earn her trust back by proving that he won't do something like this again. And that the first word that comes to my mind is that he didn't think it was a big deal, but oh my God, if I heard that from a guy in a scenario like this, I would be so pissed. I guess what's a nicer way of phrasing that? That he didn't realize how much this would hurt her and it kind of slipped his mind. He forgot that he even saved it, and maybe explain why he saved the photo. I'm gonna assume it's a sexy but not nude photo. And now is probably not the time, but at some point maybe even ask her, like, is there any version of a photo like that you would be comfortable with me having? As like a compromise, is like that's the reason why I saved it in the first place. Oof, this is messy because I kind of feel that she's like so closed off in this moment to him, and there's not much you can say that would make her feel better. But actions speak louder than words, so time will tell. Get a relationship counselor. I know it's only been 50 days, so you shouldn't really need a counselor at this point. But I think everyone benefits from therapy, and it doesn't matter at what stage of your relationship you're in. I feel like just in general, having relationship therapy is super beneficial to teach you how to communicate with people. But let's see what the comments have to say. Maybe it's just me, but I find it so weird that so many people are saying that she's crazy / terrible / you should run because it wasn't a nude. It doesn't matter if it was a nude or not. She told you explicitly not to save it and you did it anyway. So many people are saying she's gonna cause problems in the future. But if you can't follow a simple request from your partner, then I do think you are the problem. Maybe I'm the weird one. No, I agree. I see both perspectives, where I don't think she's crazy for requesting this, but I do think that this scenario happened because of her distrust in men and the subconscious beliefs that are reflecting into her 3D reality. And so despite that, I'm not saying that it's her fault. He's definitely still in the wrong, but that's why this scenario is coming up in their relationship. You're getting some weird feedback here. She asked a very simple request of you to not save the photo. Not only did you disregard her request, you actively deceived her about it. You absolutely broke her trust. This specific example might seem small to you and some other respondents, but it's indicative of a lack of respect for her boundaries. All you can do is apologize, but be specific. Apologize for disregarding her request and for deceiving her about it. Ensure that if given the chance, you won't repeat the issue and mean it. And the OP replies, "Thank you. I know I have to apologize, and I will." I thought he said he already apologized. That's a little bit weird, but yeah, I agree. All you can do is apologize for like the very root of the issue and hope it's something that you can re-earn her trust about. And if not, if she decides that that's enough of a red flag and she just can't open her heart to you again, then, you know, your 50-day relationship has run its course. Okay, let's read the next post. My boyfriend, 33 male, does not like that I, 28 female, go out in pubs. My boyfriend's an introvert and pubs and nightclubs are not his thing. I'm a bit different. I like pubs. It's nice to go out and have some drinks from time to time and to dance and chill. I'm with my boyfriend for nearly 2 years and I've reduced my going out to pubs. Mostly I'll go out during the day to have some drinks with my girlfriends. During the day? I'm curious, what time during the day? My boyfriend told me that pubs is not his thing and he prefers to hang out at home or go to friendly restaurants. He also told me he doesn't like going out with friends at night. If I want to go out, he will take me. Wait, so he doesn't like going out, but if I want to go out, then he'll take her? Recently, a new pub has opened. I told him to take me there. His reaction was, "Oh no, I don't want to go there. You're a grown-up woman now. These places should not appeal to you." Is there a certain age where you're supposed to stop going to bars? Like, I can see maybe when you have kids, you should reduce the amount of time that you spend at them, but you still don't even have to stop then. Like, if you have someone watching the kids, you can go to bars until you're 100 years old, for all I care. That's a weird comment. I felt such a fury inside me. I told him, "You yourself told me I cannot go out with my friends, and you were unwilling to take me. What should I do? You made me feel bad for wanting to go there." And now he's saying he will take me just so that I don't go there with friends? Why does he not want her hanging out with her friends? This is a whole separate issue. What? I don't want to now. I feel weird because he did not consider me. He wanted to have things his way and made me feel bad. Otherwise, he's a good man. He takes care of me. He may not be lovey-dovey, but he makes effort. I don't know how to feel. There's a whole host of issues here. Well, the first incompatibility is he's very introverted and a homebody, and she's a lot more extroverted and likes to hang out at bars and clubs. And in certain circumstances, a relationship like that can work, and that there's just compromise that you need to make in your lifestyle choices, and you have to let the extroverted one hang out with their friends more often while you're at home alone. And if you're okay with that dynamic, then the relationship can work. But oftentimes people aren't okay with that dynamic. They want to be able to go out to the bar with their partner, or they want their partner at home with them. And these are some of the compatibilities that you have to look for when you're dating someone, that if your goal is to eventually get married or have them be your life partner, these are some of the factors that you have to consider of your lifestyle choices and how you choose to live your life. And so in that case, it seems like they're not that compatible. But beyond that, it's not just that he doesn't want her going out to bars. He doesn't want her going there with her friends, which is a little bit weird and controlling and manipulative. And that could be a red flag for something much worse. It also could be tied to something a little bit less manipulative and just purely he might have fears of like people go to bars and clubs and guys hit on them. So he might be worried that she's gonna cheat on him or be tempted by somebody who is better looking than him or something. And that might be the root of that fear. And so it's less of a manipulative thing and more of just the manifestation of his fear, in which case something they need to break down and talk about why he doesn't want her going out with her friends. That's something that could potentially be overcome depending on what the cause of it is. But there's another red flag that I see at the end here. He may not be lovey-dovey, but he makes effort. It sounds like she doesn't think he's romantic enough and lovey-dovey enough for her. And, you know, different people like different relationship dynamics. Some people are really cutesy and affectionate and warm, and they want that in a partner. They want someone who's going to romance them. And other people are a little bit more stoic and less lovey-dovey, and they like that. They don't mind that in a relationship. So it just sounds like they're just all around not that compatible. And technically these are things that could be worked through with communication, but I'm getting the sign that they're just not meant to be together. Let's see what the comments have to say. I don't know why you didn't just end things when he told you weren't allowed to go out with him in the evening if that's something you enjoy doing with your friends. He's entitled to not want to date someone who goes to pubs and clubs, but making rules for you is controlling bullshit. If you like being under his thumb and treated like a child, stick around. I'm sure he'll find other ways to isolate and control you. If you want to see your friends and go to pubs, end it. Yeah, definitely end it. And yeah, there's a huge potential he's doing it to isolate and control her. There's also the potential that it's just like rooted in a fear. But either way, he's not going about this in a good way. You're not compatible people. You have completely different wants and forms of entertainment. If you are a person that likes to go out and he's one that likes to stay home, you're going to have nothing but problems and resentment down the road. Dating people is to see if you're compatible. You're not. Exactly. Feels like it's less about the pub and more about how he doesn't want you to get hit on when you go out. Yeah, that's his insecurity right there that he's got to work on. Breakup, that's the verdict. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but someone's screaming outside. They need relationship advice, oh my God.
They ended up screaming at each other for hours, so someone called the cops. They should have been subscribed to my channel and watching the series. They could have avoided the whole situation. Follow me on Threads, by the way, if you want the tea in real time.
Okay, next post. How do I, female 29, tell my husband, 30 male, that I'm not attracted to him because of his beard? This reminds me of a situation that I have been in before with my ex. I really hope that he doesn't watch this, or anyone that knows him watches this. I'll give a little bit of backstory before I read their story. So my ex grew out what's called a yeard, which is how long your beard grows in a year. And it did not suit him. It did not look good. It looked like scraggly pubes on his face. He doesn't have the beard for this, or the facial hair, or the anything for this. Everyone in his life, his whole family, everybody was telling him that it looked ugly and he needed to shave it off. But he was very stubborn and wanted to rebel against what his family was telling him and wanted to keep it anyway. And I was the only person in his life that was actually supporting his decision in keeping it, even though I agreed that it was also ugly. But I was kind of in a place in my life back then, this was many years ago, that I wanted to support my partner in whatever they wanted to do, and if that's what he liked and thought looked good on him, then I wanted to, I'm not trying to control him. I wanted him to look the way he wanted to look, and I wanted to unconditionally love him and accept him for who he was. And so I didn't say anything bad about it. I just let him do it, and I kept my opinions to myself. And I very much grew out of attraction to him, not just the beard, other ways that his appearance changed, that he kind of let himself go, not in a gaining weight kind of way, but actually in a losing weight kind of way, because we were vegan and gluten-free at the same time. It's a whole story. But that's not the reason I broke up with him, but it was definitely a large contributing factor of why I didn't stay with him. And looking back, I know I was trying to be nice by supporting him, but I kind of wish that I had told him, because for all I know, he kept that beard for many years past our breakup. I don't know if he still has it or not, but I feel like he would have better chances if he shaved it off. And I kind of wish I was a little bit more honest about my opinion. And going forward, I don't think I could date somebody who has an aesthetic that I don't find physically attractive. And so I think going forward, if I have a partner who makes a choice like that I don't find attractive, I would find a nice way to bring it up. That's how I've grown. But let's read this story and see what she has going on. When we started dating, my husband didn't have a beard. Same. He would sometimes let his facial hair grow out and then keep it trimmed, which was fine. He's had a beard for about 6 years. How long have they been together? I'm curious. It's a constant battle for him to take care of it. There's food crumbs in it when he eats. Oh my God. And I'm telling him every meal to wipe his face, or else he doesn't and they just stay. Okay, that's nasty. His mustache grows over his lips and he won't trim it without being asked, and then puts up a fight about it because he wants to look like a mountain man. He doesn't wash his face at night, and that's a whole side tangent. That's a whole thing on its own. One of my biggest pet peeves is that most men, a lot of men don't have skincare routines, and their face is just like crusty, dusty, musty grossness. And it's one of my biggest pet peeves ever. Like, just wash and moisturize your face. It's not a big deal. He doesn't wash his face at night and doesn't shower every day, which is fine. Some people shower every other day, but the beard needs a rinse at least. Ew. He rarely trims or combs it unless asked. like you're his mother, and then gets offended. Just like my ex, he wanted to be accepted exactly for how he was in his natural form. And yeah, there's something beautiful to that, but there's also, it's unrealistic. Like you can't, if you never showered and you had fungus going on your body and you just were like disgusting, you never trimmed your nails, there's like growing 10 inches long, like there's a limit to your natural form. Like you need to take care of your physical vessel. He rarely trims or combs it unless asked, and then gets offended. He will wake up with it sticking out every which way and just continue on with his day. He works from home, so this isn't an appearance issue for him. It's dry and scratchy and coarse. I work from home most of the time, and I still put effort into my appearance even when I'm not gonna be on camera, because I'm a Libra, so I care about what I look like for myself. I want to look in the mirror and see something beautiful, but I don't know. I just don't understand the whole like working from home thing means you don't care about your appearance. Your appearance isn't for others, it's for yourself, it's for life, but okay. It's impacting our intimacy. I already have a low sex drive. When I am in the mood, the thought of a face full of dirty hair is nauseating. I've tried shower sex, but a face full of wet hair is also not great. We haven't made out in several years, and sex is usually without kissing. Oh my god, it's like you're a prostitute at that point. I've bought him fancy oils, trimming products, conditioners, combs and brushes. We've gone and gotten it professionally trimmed so he can try to maintain it that way at home. I've talked to him about how it's a turnoff, and I'd like him to shave it back to a close crop. He said he'll take better care of it every time, and then nothing. Then the argument dissolves into the beard being part of his identity, and he doesn't care what I think because he likes it. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm not attracted to him. I hate constantly having to ask him to wipe his face, wash or comb or trim, and when I try to tell him how I feel about it, he gets offended and nothing changes. How do I tell him that the beard has got to go? Oof. Okay, yeah, that's difficult. And like, it sounds like you're being his mom, which nobody wants to be their partner's mom. How do we get men to care about their appearance? This is the question that I have too, other than just choosing a partner who does care. But it sucks because when she married him, he didn't look like this, and now he's evolved into being a mountain man, and that being his preferred look. It's interesting, like when you communicate and you tell him straight up, like, I'm not attracted to this, I wish that you took care of it and you were less lazy. I wonder if she specifically said the issues that she's having with sex because of his appearance. I wonder if those conversations have come up, because if not, then finding a delicate way to approach that might have a better effect, but it also might just like tear down his ego even further and kind of make him like double down into like, no, I want to be loved unconditionally. In which case I would also have the conversation like I was saying that, yeah, there's something beautiful to being loved no matter what you look like, but you should also be presentable. Like you don't show up at a job interview in your pajamas for a reason. Like there's a purpose behind aesthetics, and that's one of the beauties of life, is having flowers, having beautiful aesthetic things around you and making yourself look aesthetic and not like you don't take care of yourself. I would try to get to the root of the issue with him of like why he's so attached to having this beard that he doesn't take care of, and how you almost find it like disrespectful that he's trying to be intimate with you while being dirty, and see where the conversation goes from there. But yeesh, it's so hard. Like I don't know what the rest of the relationship is like, but what do you do when like say the rest of the relationship is perfect, but this is the one thing that's not? Life is tricky, man. Life is complicated, because I feel this woman. I feel her deeply, and I ended up breaking up with my ex, but it was a whole compounding issues. It wasn't just that, there was many issues. But if he doesn't want to do anything about it, and it's like I don't want to tell her to withhold sex because of this, but a part of me wonders if she did, what the result would be, because then the conversation might become a little bit more, he might be more receptive to hearing it, but then he might also then like spiral in other ways and, you know, get like really upset and shut down emotionally because he doesn't feel connected, and it would probably result in bigger issues instead of resolving the issue. But let's see what the comments have to say. It sounds like the beard itself isn't the main issue, but that your partner's lack of care for it is, on top of his lack of interest in your needs. It sounds like the missing intimacy isn't an issue for him either, or he would take steps to work on it. So I have to ask, is your marriage otherwise okay? Do you still love each other? And does he have depression? Oh, that was another thought that I have. I feel like it's a very common thing that when guys are low-key depressed, they grow out their facial hair and don't take care of it. But the fact that this has been going on for 6 years, like of course he could be depressed for 6 years, but it kind of leans a little bit less in that direction. But I do feel like not taking care of yourself, and especially growing out your beard and not taking care of it, is a common sign of depression. So that's also a worthwhile thing to ask him about, if like why it's such a burden on him to take care of his appearance beyond wanting to look like a mountain man. See if there's a deeper seated issue going on there. And OP responds, he doesn't have depression. The missing intimacy is an issue, but he blames me for it. Of course. I'm the first to admit I have a low sex drive, always have. I'm trying to improve that. I've switched my meds to be off SSRIs for anxiety, changed birth control methods, try to communicate about what I need during sex. Otherwise, the marriage is okay. I don't really feel like a priority because he does what he wants whether or not I'm on board. Something as simple as I want to go for a walk together, but he wants to fly his drone. And so he does that and I walk by myself. Oh no. Or I want to watch a show my friends are talking about, and he doesn't want to pay for Apple TV for a month, so no show, which clearly has now become part of the beard issue. He wants it, I don't, but my voice doesn't matter. Okay, yep, nope, there's deeper issues here at play that need to be addressed. So, relationship counseling, as I tell everybody, get relationship counseling, because yeah, this whole beard thing is a surface level issue of some underlying issues that are going on in your marriage. And I feel like sometimes the universe, when we ignore all of these other red flags and just kind of sweep them under the rug, the universe then kind of bubbles up something that seems small, but it's like annoying enough that you can't ignore it, and it just kind of compounds until it gets to the point where you finally address the problem or break up with him. I know y'all are married, but divorce exists for a reason. Not saying that it necessarily has to get to that point, but that's a potential option if nothing changes, and if he continues to not treat you like a priority, then yeah, that's an option. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get the tea on other people's love lives, even more tea, you can watch another episode of the Libra Love Lounge right over here. But until next time, I'm sending you so much love. Bye.